We'll take you to some live pictures of Donald Trump in Saudi Arabia on his visit there, shaking hands with people, being welcomed by the Saudi military and other dignitaries. The man to his left is the Crown Prince, who is widely believed to be responsible for ordering the arrest and dismembering of Jamal Khashoggi in the Saudi embassy consulate in Turkey. So that's the kind of company being kept there. Donald Trump has gone to the Middle East to deepen ties with Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates and Qatar. And in Qatar, he hopes to celebrate with the family of Eden Alexander after Hamas terrorists in Gaza freed this last American hostage that they've held since the October 7 massacre 584 days ago. Now, Trump will also be having talks about ending that war in Gaza and making an accord between Israel and the Saudis, which was on the cards for a while. So that's one picture. This is Donald Trump working for freedom. There's also another picture, one of bluster and largely failure in foreign affairs. Trump promised to quickly end the wars in Ukraine and Gaza, but his ceasefire plans for both wars have failed. It's true that Alexander has just been released, but Hamas still holds the bodies of 4 other American Israelis, plus a lot of Israelis themselves, and it gets murkier. Alexander is actually expected to fly to Qatar with his family to thank Trump personally for his release, and Trump has thanked Qatar in turn for helping with that. But Qatar is also the Trump ally that hosts the leadership of Hamas, which kidnapped Alexander. And Qatar is now giving Trump a $600 million present, a presidential jet to replace his aging Air Force One. And that is a personal gift. Something stinks, but Trump says this gift is a no-brainer.
If you look at some of the Arab countries and the planes they have parked alongside of the United States of America plane, it's like from a different planet. And it's close to 40 years old. If we can get a 747 as a contribution to our Defense Department to use during a couple of years while they're building the other ones, I think that was a very nice gesture. Now, I could be a stupid person and say, oh, no, we don't want a free plane. We give free things out. We'll take one, too.
Joined a short while ago by Sean Spicer, Donald Trump's first White House spokesman. Sean Spicer, thank you for your time. What is President Trump hoping to achieve in this visit to the Middle East?
Well, I think first and foremost, what we like to call foreign direct investment. There are rumors that we could see upwards of $1 trillion of investment in the United States. I was there with him on that last term when he took that trip to Saudi, and we walked away with several companies making serious investments in the United States, buying our military equipment, making investments in other manufacturing and technological advances. So when you go on a trip like this, Andrew, the staff has what we like to call deliverables. That means that they have pre-negotiated with the countries that you're going to visit what they hope to accomplish. So in the case of the last time we had this terrorism center in Saudi, that was a big announcement. And so there's things that they will announce in each host country. And my guess is that you'll have some peace agreements, you'll have some investments. But the president obviously chose to go visit this area of the world again because he feels as though there's going to be significant progress made that will benefit the United States. So I think first and foremost, massive amounts of U.S. investment that will be announced over the course of the trip.
And of course, Saudi Arabia has got a big influence on the world oil price, depending on how much it agrees to release or not. And it's given Donald Trump a big favour by pushing downwards the prices. So that's been great. The hostage, Eden Alexander, what did Donald Trump offer in exchange to Hamas for his release?
That's a great question. My guess is that it was, I'm not going to destroy you guys right now. As you know, Prime Minister Netanyahu, I think, is looking for a green light to go in and just destroy Hamas. My guess, and I don't know this to be fact, just to be clear to your viewers, is I have a feeling that that last American was, hey, can you buy us some time? Because as you know, Netanyahu, I think, is chomping at the bit to make this thing happen. Regardless, I think at the end of the day, it keeps showing, you think about these hostages and prisoners that were in Russia, now the last American under Hamas. Donald Trump gets credit for bringing them all home. And he did this during his first term. He's doing it now. I think sometimes the pace of what's happening, Andrew, makes us forget that. So you had the hostage, Eden Anderson, released. You had the Ukraine Russia discussion happening about these talks in Turkey. You had Pakistan and India come to a ceasefire. You had our big trade deal with China discussed. You had Donald Trump make a huge, monumental announcement about prescription drug prices here in America, and then movement forward on our internal discussion on tax reform, all in a 48-hour period. And I just chuckle every once in a while, and I think I didn't finish half of the list that I had for the weekend, and it had to do with like meaningless chores around my house. And that's what he did between Friday and Monday morning.